broadcast on the air on KSOU 90.9 FM. It will also be televised on a tape delay basis by WHNO out of New Orleans. They will show the replay starting at 9 o'clock Thursday night. There will be a live video stream courtesy of sportsnola.com that will be available. We'll have a link to that. Will be on our website, lionsports.net. And for tickets for the game, we had a release out yesterday. You need to call the Nicholls ticket office. It's actually our nicholstickets.com. You can order them online. They'll have them available at the game. Practice today is going to be at 3:15 today. I believe 3:15 again tomorrow. The correct, Coach? Okay, will be the final practice, and then we will. The team will depart Thursday for Thibodeau. Go down, and we will. We'll bring this thing underneath this back with us after. So at this time, I would like real quick. I would like Cameron Barr. I would like John Sammons and Wes Kuhn to please come up here. We would like to go ahead and unveil the what we're going to be playing for on Thursday. And I promised myself I wasn't going to cry like I did last week. I just got teary-eyed again. So, but I held it right there. So John and Wes, if y'all can come up, please. I'm going to have y'all come up here. Just a quick history for those of y'all in the media here today. Southeastern and Nicholls play for the River Bell, playing the River Bell Classic. Started with the series in 1972. It was an idea brought up by these gentlemen here from Sigma Tau Gamma fraternity here at Southeastern, which I'm also an alum as well, and we played on a yearly basis up until 1985. The series was resumed in 2005 when Southeastern joined the Southland Conference, and we've played every year since. The past few years, it has been the final game of the season. In years past, it was basically started as an actual bell. I'll let Cameron probably talk to y'all if there's any questions y'all have about that. It was put on a podium that we presented to the winning team. This year, to do a little bit more about the rivalry, a little bit more notoriety, John Sammons, a Nicholls State graduate from Thibodeau, Wes Kuhn from Covington, a Southeastern graduate, designed and built this trophy made out of cypress and glass. It has some other things on it that y'all are going to enjoy seeing this, and this will be presented after the game on Thursday night. Gentlemen, if there's anything I'm missing, if there's anything y'all like to add, if not, we can go ahead and unveil this.
We're good.
Good? We got three. Okay? 2, 3. The green of the glass, of course, representing both universities. On the base, there are markings representing Hammond and Thibodeau with a etching of the Mississippi River. That was done by Bruce Kaliva, and who's not here today, but we would want to thank him, thank y'all all for what y'all done with this, and this is going to be a good prize for the winning team on Thursday night. Gentlemen, do y'all have any comments or anything?
No, I think, just one comment. We, college rivalries, unfortunately, are kind of a dying breed, and so this is kind of the fun part of it. I know it's not so easy on Coach and the rest of the guys, but we really wanted something that reflected the quality of the two educational institutions in a rivalry, and I really think Wes and John did an excellent job in capturing all that in the trophy.
What's it sound like?
Works. One thing too, John. This thing won't be like we've rung it in the past. It won't be able to do that. So I think Cameron has talked about we're just going to give the other team an actual bell and let them ring that. Kind of reminiscent of the first game back in 1972 on how it got started. Cameron had gotten the bell from down in New Orleans at I-10 and Causeway or Boat Store, or
I think that's right.
I think that's right. And the winning team got it, which was Southeastern that year, and what they did was just running up down the sidelines ringing the bell. So that's how everything got started there. So we actually the team today will see both, they'll see the old trophy, which will stay here at Southeastern, and then the new one, which, sorry, John, we're going to bring it back after the game on Thursday night. So, But with that, I'll give you Coach Roberts here, and thank y'all very much.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys all coming. Obviously, it was a big week for us. Stephen F. Austin game was a huge game for us, really, to come back and play as well as we did. I was excited about how our kids handled the business. Actually, we had 2 straight losses, and to come back and get that win against a quality opponent was huge. Just to, not only to put us at 4-2 in the conference, but to rebound back and hope and put us in the direction that we need to go in this program. I think if our kids would have tucked down and not responded right, I think we're going right back to where we began. I think obviously right now I'm real proud of our players, the way they handled the business. I'm real proud of the way we played. It was a big night of special teams. Obviously, it played a huge part. We got kickoff return, punt return, house. Obviously some great performances. There's a lot of firsts. We go 4-2 in the conference right now, and we sweep the Player of the Week awards in the conference for the first time ever. I think those things is encouraging. Those things are positive. Those things are something that we can build upon for the future. Looking forward to this game because I've said to the team yesterday, this is to play in a rivalry game is huge. That's what college football is all about. To have an opportunity to do this, it is a short week, but to have a rivalry game, to get a chance to play for the Riverfeld Classic. We're not going to playoffs. We're not going to a bowl game. This is our bowl. This is our playoffs. This is our championship. This is a big game for us. We need to take it that way. And again, with an opportunity, the other sidebars and things, a chance to finish 5-2 in this conference and finish in the upper echelon. And that's where we want to go. And that's where we want to be established. It's going to, and obviously, if we can do that, it's going to create a lot of momentum in the offseason. The encouragement of our fans, our players that are returning. Gives our seniors a chance to go out on a great note, being 5-2 for the first time in Southwood Conference play. It would complete a sweep of the Southwood Conference schools in the state of Louisiana. That's going to be huge in recruiting. There's a lot of reasons that we need to play exceptionally well on Thursday night, and I believe our guys are going to be hungry for it. And I believe that they're looking forward to this opportunity to go out and play a solid Nicholls team. They're a team that they played everybody tough. They've got a lot of really good players, great players. And they played everybody tough. They just, for some reason or another, I don't know what it is, but they haven't been able to win the close ones. They haven't been able to get it done. I know what he's going through. That's a tough point for a program to be able to get over that hump, and I know that. But we don't want to be that person that they get over that hump on. And this is a big game for us. And we've got unfinished business, and we've got some things we've got to take care of Thursday night. With that, I will open it up for some questions.
Back to Stephen F. Austin, you guys kind of flipped the normal script. It almost like, please run the football on us. What did you do to them to dictate defensively?
We came out in a 6 DB package, and we pressed the receivers, put guys and safeties on top. We doubled them and basically said, you're not going to throw it. We said we invited them to run the football, and they did. The second quarter, they had a lot of success running it, ran it right down the field, did that. So, but I think what we did was we tried to really throw them off a little offbeat in the first quarter. It kind of gave us that momentum, that start in the first. In the second quarter, they kind of took control of it because they ran the ball with a lot of success, and they ended up coming scoring 21 points. And then had a chance to really go in at halftime and regroup and readjust and switch the game plan a little bit on them. And we came out again with some. And then in the second half, there's some 4-man fronts, and 6 put the extra linebacker back in, went without 5, and we're able to stop the run on some crucial downs. So it was one of those things where they were a high-powered offense. We were very concerned with the receivers and the matchups we were getting at. If we would sit there just to play with them, because they've been throwing the ball for 400 yards a game and scoring 40-some points. Obviously, I'm very ecstatic that we scored 42 points. We haven't been able to do it all year. And going in the game, the last thing I was concerned was we can't allow them to score 40 because we haven't scored 40 all year. I was afraid. I did not want to get into some type of shootout. I knew somehow we had to keep that thing down. I felt really to have an opportunity, but offense responded tremendously. Again, we ended up scoring 42 points, the highest output of the season. I was real pleased with our offense, the way they handled the business. On our side, we rushed for 287. We got 2 guys go over 100 yards, and physically dominating up front, especially in the second half. And that was great to see. That was the coming out party that I've been looking for a while, for things to execute and get those downfield blocks like we needed. It sprung a couple runs. That was huge. And I think our kids played with a lot of passion in the game and a lot of excitement.
Can you expand a little bit, like on the offense, of what worked, especially in the running game? It's, you know, a struggle early on in the season, and now you have this kind of breakout game.
Yeah, I mean, not a little different. I mean, the one we do have, we've got 2 freshmen. I said all along that they're getting better every week. They get better every week at practice. They get every time they carry the ball, they're getting better. We made a little more commitment to it. They both touched the ball over 20 times. And a lot of it just about execution. It was getting a hat on a hat and staying with those blocks. That's the big part of it. That's football. I mean, some people they want to make it a lot harder than it is, and it's not. It's, you know, you're going to run the football, you got to get a hat on a hat. Those guys don't need much of a crease. They're both very explosive. They're talented young men. I think they're both going to be very good running backs in the Southland Conference in the future.
Talked about splitting up 42 points. You guys are able to score in a few different ways that you haven't before, and I guess that's part of it. But how big was that for you guys to score in a few different ways?
It was big. You know, obviously the punt return was a huge momentum boost there in the first quarter. Kind of carried us through it. And then really when you go at halftime at 21-20, it's because we've got a kickoff return for a touchdown. We got a punt return for a touchdown. Special teams really they won the game for us. Special teams kept us in the ball game until second half we got things rolling and got going on offense side of the ball. But big night for special teams, not just on those or coverage units. First time we kick off, we tackle them at the 14. And then we come back and get a kickoff cover. We tackle them at the 10. Josh Dakin, Delwyn Davis, Kevin Harmon. Those guys, 3 guys were unbelievable on coverage units. It was a great job all across the board.
You kind of, opened up the playbook and shook it out Saturday. What my mindset going in was that you weren't going to leave anything on the table, I guess.
Well, that was it. And then we knew, I think going into the game, we were a little concerned with their offense about how, their ability to score. Their ability to score fast, their ability to score quick. And we knew we were going to have some opportunities to, going in, we're going to fake a punt. We're going to try to steal a possession here or there. We're going to do some things to try to give us an opportunity to score on some units, just because I went in with if we have to score 40 points, to win this ball game, I thought it was going to be real difficult for us to just line up and run the ball and be able to do those things and put 40 points on the board.
But I didn't sense that any of those plays were a shot in the dark. You had stuff schemed in all those situations that you knew were.
Yeah, our staff does a great job. I think they do an unbelievable job, especially the special teams part of it. All those plays are situations we worked them, rehearsed them, and knew the situation we were going to get them in, and the opportunity for success in each one of those situations. So it was a big night. I mean, really, if you talk about we converted on 2-point play, faking punt. The punt return we designed was, we did it once before. We did it versus McNeese, and I think Coach Pope did a great job there, just of taking advantage of them being predictable of what they were doing.
The players really respond to that, don't they?
Yeah.
Those trick plays, fake punt.
Well, I think they respond when anytime you're they know as a staff you're going to do anything it takes, whatever it takes for us to win, and you're going to give them the best opportunity to win a ball game. I think they appreciate that, and I think they understand that that we are all in this together, and it's not just them how well they play, but it's us putting them in positions to win a game.
Nicholls, they have been able to move the ball this year on a lot of teams. What do they do that has enabled them to have at least some success with offense anyway, although scoring has not been that good?
Yeah, well, they're very multiple on offense. They do a lot of different things. They're playing 2 quarterbacks. So one quarterback, he throws the ball exceptionally well. They got a pretty good scheme of the way they want to do it. Then they bring in number 3, the guy that I guess was a previous starter. Very athletic, he's just a very dynamic football player with the ball in his hands. And he comes in and runs that option game, does an exceptional job of it. He's very elusive. He can create some big plays and keep the ball moving. So they're a quality football team. I think they've got all the pieces of the puzzle. We've got to find ways to to make sure they can't run the football. We got to be able to stop number 3 when he comes in the ball game of running the ball. They got a big back. They've got a lot of tools there. You know, we got to do. I think it's important in this game is how well we start. If we can start well, I think it's obviously going to be in our favor. You know, again, I've seen that other part of it before. When you're 1-9, if we can start fast, and all those doubts start creeping in their head, and hopefully we can take the momentum of this ball game and go away with it.
Defensively, what do you see Nicholls doing?
They're an odd man front. They kind of went back and forth. I think they started out in 3-4, and now they're trying to do some 3-3 stuff. They're trying to do there's part of it is that a lot of things they're doing now is it's all parts of the package we do on defense. They're trying to do so they look a little similar, but you know, probably not as extensive of what we're doing. But you know, they've got some guys, again, some big D linemen. They got some athletic guys on the perimeter. They'll play a lot of man coverage, and a lot of it goes back to I think if we can run the ball real successful, I think we're gonna have a big chance for some big plays in the passing game. I think we'll have some. I mean, and hopefully it does. If we can run the ball, especially early, I think you're gonna see some explosive plays over the top in the passing game this game.
Coach, how much do you think that's gonna help your guys going forward? Being that you said they run a lot of the same things, same type of formation you do on defense. Your guys go up against that all the time in practice. How's it going to help you out?
Well, I think especially in a short week, I think it's an opportunity. You know, it's not a lot of the game plan. In a short week, there's not a whole lot. You're not going to switch a lot of things. You know, you just don't have those. I mean, you're missing a couple 2 days there of preparation mentally with the kids. You know, I think we've seen a couple of odd man fronts before. Lamar's an odd man front. You know, we do it. Some people else in the conference mess with it, but I think it's I don't think there's anything that they're going to do that we haven't seen. That's not going to be the issue. I know they will play aggressive, and I know they've got some kids that they're going to play very hard. They got a couple kids down. There's kids down that team that we tried to recruit and we couldn't get them, and they went down there. I know they're very capable of playing, making big plays, and they're very athletic. I'd like to have them.
Maybe along those lines, their middle linebacker, Jordan Piper from Ponchatoula. I
Yep.
wonder if you could compare what you see from him with your guy Caleb, their ex-teammates.
Yeah, they're very similar ball players. I mean, he's a big physical guy with a great nose for the football. Sideline to sideline guy. He's a every down linebacker. He can play pass downs, he can play and run. He's very instinctive. I like him a lot. I think he's a really good football player.
It's kind of looking at him and Caleb, they're almost clones.
Yeah, and really when they put on the same number, it makes it really look fun. Yeah. And they're very similar ball players. And, I think Caleb's a little bigger than he is, but they're very similar ball players. He's a good football player. He's had a really good year. I think he's played really well.
Talk about rivalry here, and I know guys that are here, maybe they've been through this before, but for the new guys, do you have to kind of, hey, look, this is big for us. I don't know if you have to do that, or you rely on the guys who've been here to kind of say, hey, man, this is
Right.
big for us.
There's that talk already for our guys to understand that Nicholls, they're going to play this game no matter what they are. They're going to play this game hard. So that part's in there already. To me, that don't matter because I don't care if they are or not. We better play hard. I'm more concerned about us making sure we are ready to play this game. Whether they play hard or come up or don't show up or whatever, I don't care. We need to come out and play the best football we're capable of. We don't need to have that up and down. We need to come out here and play physical, play this game with passion, excitement. I don't think any of those things are going to be a question. I think, and I always said, as long as we play hard, I think we can play with anybody. I think we can play with anybody in the country. When we're executing and playing hard, I think we can play with anybody.
Sort of lost on this, but the way you guys played on your offensive and defensive line with Stephen F., that really has got to make you feel better about the matchup this week. It's got to be an advantage for you guys.
Yeah, it's going to be a little different just because Stephen F., the toughest part about going after them was the quarterback was he was so good at getting rid of the ball. He didn't hold it, so he almost eliminated the pass rush. I mean, where this time what they're doing, a little more 5-step drop with throwing, in their passing game, it's going to be a chance for our guys to really shine. I think there's going to be opportunities. We're going to give you a chance to put our ears back, go rush the quarterback, and then we put a lot on them last week about the run game, and then that's always the case every week. We got to be good against the run, but in this case, it's going to be more so. Hopefully, we're going to have enough people in the box to stop the run, and now we've got to be able to get them in those long yard situations and put our ears back and go get it. Create a lot of pressure on this quarterback.
Thank y'all very much.